So I, it's the spirit of Christmas, right? So we gotta do a Christmas story. So yeah,
Are you getting all comfy for this Christmas story?
yeah. Look, I got my
Settle into your seat. Is that Elf?
Santa. Yes,
Oh my gosh, I love it.
I know him.
That's cute.
Yeah. So we're getting all Christmas cozy over here for this Christmas story here. So I was this 10-year-old boy, and I mean, like most 10-year-old boys, he wants to have a virtual reality TV, a gaming set.
Hmm.
Like, he's been obsessing over it. Like, he sees everyone play some online. He knows how cool they are, and he's like, it would be so cool to have one. So he has a plan, and he's gonna ask Santa for one, just like in the movie, the Christmas Story. Where Ralphie wanted that BB gum, the Red Rider. When all hope was lost, he ended up getting it for Christmas after all, right?
Yes, 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 yes.
Okay. So his mom has been a single mom since her son was a baby. She was currently working two jobs trying to support them, and they kind of lived in not so nice neighborhood. It's kind of run down, okay, but
Okay.
it's what they can afford. So she has been working like two jobs. She's been working overtime, and like she's been saving up for basically the whole year, just little by little, to actually be able to get her son this virtual reality system
Oh
that
wow.
he's been waiting for all year. So her son was a hard worker. He never complained about his chores. He got all A's. I mean, he was a good kid. Yet most Christmases, all she was able to get him though was stuff that he needed,
Okay.
like clothes. Last year she got him a backpack for school.
Okay.
So books. So most of the time it was nothing fun. Nothing fun for a kid.
Yeah.
But it was stuff he needed. So um so but she ends up scraping and saving, and she bought this VR gaming system, right?
Nice. And they were expensive back. They're just getting now a little bit cheaper.
Yeah. I mean, this was this year, so
Oh, okay. Yeah. They're still expensive.
they're still expensive though. They're still expensive. So she ends up getting him this gift. Um but with them living in a not so nice neighborhood, their apartment gets broken into and the VR game is gone.
Oh no. Oh my gosh. That's
But
so
at least,
sad.
yeah, and at least though she was thinking to herself, though, she's like, at least he doesn't know that I bought him that, so he won't be disappointed.
That's true. That's true, but
She
still
did,
so sad because like she's been saving up for the
I
entire
know,
year for this dang thing.
I
And now
know,
she won't be getting one. Like her son won't be getting. Oh my gosh. That's
yeah.
just depressing.
So she does tell him that they stole all the Christmas presents, and that she doesn't know if anything, if they're going to be able to even get anything this year. So
Oh.
she does tell him that. And, this boy is, obviously very sad. Um, she ends up after that, though, like, because her house was actually broken into and ransacked. And that's a scary feeling. I've had someone break into my house before, too. And it's terrifying. Like,
You at
so
least have a bunch of dogs now.
right. Yeah, that's true.
I know my dog
Well,
would bark.
yeah. Well, she since then, though, bought a gun just for protection, just in case. She'd never
Okay.
bought a gun before. She'd never even shot a gun before. She did end up going like the shooting range and learning how to use it for protection, just in case she ever
Mm.
needed it.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. Um, and again, she didn't even know if she was going to be able to afford clothes for him this year, and she was just in her room crying. And her son came in though and said that it was okay, Mom. It was going to be okay because he had a plan to make Christmas great this year.
Okay.
And she asked him, like, what do you mean? And the boy ran back to his room and then ran back to his mom's room and showed him the letter to Santa that he has wrote
Oh no.
to get him a VR set and some nice jewelry for you as well, Mom.
Oh no.
So he said, Santa has never visited us before, but I've been so good this year, and I don't think he would just mind just this one time on Christmas if he came by our house. I don't think we're that out of the way. I think that he can make the trip, Mom.
Oh, that's so sad.
And I mean, his mom is heartbroken.
Oh
She's like
yeah.
crushed by, the kindness of his heart. And then his mom has never had to tell him, like, Santa wasn't real, but they also have never been able to afford the money to get him anything from Santa.
Mm.
So she's like, well, I guess it's time I tell him the truth.
Yeah.
She says to the boy, like, Santa is in us all, and that it's what we do to help people and share the joy with them that is the true Santa. And that Santa, the magical fake Santa, isn't real, but the joy of giving and doing kindness to the world is very real.
I love that.
But
But I bet the poor kid is devastated now even more.
yes, and he turned pale. He started hyperventilating. What do you mean Santa isn't real? He screamed. That was our only hope to have a chance at a good Christmas, and now that's gone. His mom tries to comfort him and being like, we'll get through this. It's okay. And then he screams, I want to kill those robbers.
Oh.
And the boy sees the gun on the mom's nightstand. He knew that his mom bought one, and she had the talk, like, you don't touch this, and, it's
Yeah.
dangerous. You can kill people. He grabbed it, and then him and his mom are fighting back and forth. And she's desperately trying to get it out of his hands. And then the gun goes off.
Oh no.
His mom collapses to the floor with a gunshot wound to her stomach, and she starts convulsing and foaming at the mouth. And he backs away and starts screaming, like, Mommy, help! Mommy, someone come help her! And the neighbors heard the commotion. They called 911. By the time the cops got there, his mom was pronounced dead at the scene.
Oh my god.
The boy is charged as an adult.
How old was he?
10.
And he was charged as an adult?
First degree intentional homicide or reckless homicide. Wisconsin law requires children that are 10 to be charged as an adult for certain crimes.
That's insane.
But the boy's attorney is trying to sink them a case in the juvenile court instead of an adult court right now. And the prosecutor is trying to get the boy released to family members. And the judge, as of right now, has said no.
Why? The kid's 10. It was an accident.
And the boy, like, mainly just kept his head down the whole time. He was not placed in shackles or anything, and the reason why we don't have a name here is because he's underage, and so the names of the victims have not been released.
Oh my gosh, though. Holy monkeys. Why? That's just so depressing.
All he had was his mom.
Well, yeah, and he killed her. He gets to live with that for the rest of his life
Yep.
because she told him Santa was not real. So he literally went through a whirlwind of multiple emotions in 1 week. Wow.
Yep.
That
Oh,
poor
and there's
kid.
another. I mean, and there's another one too. I mean, this one isn't as heart wrenching, but there was another kid who wanted recently. Again, his name isn't said. Wanted a video game, and his mom said no. You need to go to bed. So he beat the living snot out of her, and then stabbed her through the eyeballs and killed her.
That's a lot more gruesome. Okay.
Yep.
What did that kid get charged as? I hope that one's an adult because that one's a lot more intentional.
I'm sure it is. That's just kind of breaking news. So
Oh my gosh. Kids, seriously. Don't have social skills nowadays because of COVID. Wow. Wow. My god.
yeah,
Seriously. Are
yeah.
you nodding?
Well,
Yes.
I mean, like no, Chris is like, what? It's real. I'm like, yeah,
Oh, hi, Chris.
yeah. I mean, like he was so pissed off, and his mom's like, no, you need to go to bed. And
That's insane.
apparently, this kid has had multiple outbursts before. Um, I don't know, and I mean, you can be like, you can attack the parents all you want, but you don't know what's going on behind closed doors. You don't
No.
know if they've been trying. You don't know.
No, you don't know anything, basically.
She wouldn't buy him a video game, and who the hell knows? I mean, maybe she even bought it for him for Christmas.
Yeah.
Um,
And he was like, I
or
want it now, and he can't wait a couple weeks.
or maybe like she's like, no, like you are becoming spoiled, and I'm saying no.
Yeah. Parents are allowed to say no. We're not made of
Well,
money.
especially
Kids think we're
if
made
you
of money.
think, like she's like, no, it's time for bed, and he was just like fighting with her on this, and then he stabs her in the freaking, like he like literally beat her up and stabbed her in the eyeball. The exact age of the kid hasn't been determined, but media thinks that he's anywhere from 12 to 14.
That's
And you
that's
can
just
get
crazy.
kids can get big then.
Oh yeah. Like look at Kylie. She's only 8 and she's huge.
Yeah. I
Oh
mean,
my
this one
god.
is just this one's terrible too, but like I mean, that's just like that World of Warcraft kid that freaking goes bananas.
Oh, and like
Have you
smashes his
seen
whole
that?
system.
Oh
Like how
yeah,
they like
yeah, yeah.
smash their whole system. Yeah. Or like kids who smash their old phones because the brand new one just came out in hopes that their parents will get them the brand new one,
Guess what?
even
Most
though
times
their phone
parents
is like
can't
perfectly
freaking.
working.
Kids are smashing their phones because a new one came out and they want the new one.
Yeah, that's like really common video.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. They're like, "Oh, the
That's
newest one came out.
ridiculous.
Well, this one's a year old. I don't need it." Shh. They like crack the whole screen, throw it. And then the parents are like, "No, you can't get a new one." But this one's broken. You broke it, you dumb.
I mean, there's something between these two, and they're totally different. Where one has just dealt with a ton of emotions,
Yep.
happiness, to feeling lied to feeling grief that, all of it's stolen now, and he
Yep.
knows that. Growing up, never having
Anything.
I mean he's had stuff, like his mom's been
Little
able
stuff.
has she's been able to provide what she can, like, and that's great, but like, I mean, when you're a kid, I mean, even when you're an adult, you sometimes will feel like, why don't I get this and other
Yeah.
people do? And so, I mean, especially when the kid is like good in school, does all that, like, so I understand. Like, so he's having all these emotions go through him, and he's like, "Well, I want to go find them and kill the robbers."
Yeah.
Um, and I think, and you know what, you can obviously too. This is where gun safety comes in, and obviously not having a loaded gun in the chamber. But I think
Yeah.
she also felt because her house had been just broken into recently.
That she wanted to keep the bullets in the chamber so that if something happens, she just shoot.
Yeah. This is why we don't have a gun in our house.
That's why I don't have a gun in my house.
I'm not.
I have a dog. He's feisty.
Oh, yeah.
He's a scaredy pants, but he'll bark nice and loud. I think his bark will scare people off. It scares the
Most of the time,
mailman,
yeah.
I think. I think it scared the
Yeah.
Amazon guy the other day. He went running off our porch.
Yeah. Yeah. So there's that. I mean, I just kind of wanted to share those lovely Christmas stories.
Oh yeah, they
Kid
were very
murderers.
lovely.
Very magical.
But these two are totally different, and I feel like they should be treated differently.
Oh yes, 100% differently.
And I don't know if
One
they're
kid
going
was
to.
intentionally literally using anger and the other one was using confusion, like every emotion basically.
Because it all hit him at once.
Yep.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Thank you so much. One thing real quick for our Facebook viewers, you can now like help support us by sending stars. And actually, right now, if you go to the star button and you click on the star and you click send stars, you will actually there will be a claim 100 stars button, and you can use that and you can send that to us for free. So feel free to use that. Again, yeah, you guys can find us on all the social platforms. Email us crimetheoriespodcast@gmail.com. And as always, if you want to help support us, the best way to do that is to review us and as well find us on Patreon. We've got some special episodes as well as some special swag and all that. And I will link everything down below. You can always find Pippin Quest 2 at on Twitch. And as always, guys, I hope you enjoyed this and just keep